We also caught up with Mr. Moneyball, Billy Beane. He is the Senior Vice President of Baseball Operations for the Oakland A's and, of course, was the subject of that Brad Pitt movie as well as the Michael Lewis book, bestseller, Moneyball. He says in this day of advanced analytics, every team has all the data. It's finding Moneyball 2 now. That is the biggest challenge for the small market clubs and the low payroll clubs like the Oakland A's to find that leg up over the big spending clubs like the New York Yankees. Here's my conversation, exclusive conversation with Billy Beane.
The game is really smart. In fact, I would say that baseball has become one of the most intelligent industries in the world, in my opinion. And you see it now with the use of analytics. The people running baseball teams are much different than when I started, and I think it's a compliment to the intelligence of the game. So it is challenging. I think one of the advantages we have in Oakland, there's certainly been a continuity at the from a leadership standpoint, starting with myself and David Forrest. We've all been together for 20-plus years. This is my 31st year in the organization. There's no fear in making decisions that we have to be right on every one of them. I think that certainly lends to a very good atmosphere in terms of making changes. But I don't know that we're any smarter than anybody else.
Well, the playoff history kind of shows that you're doing something right. I mean, where do you take analytics to the next level with artificial intelligence coming, with blockchain capabilities? What are you doing?
Well, the thing I would say, anything that you see happening in the financial markets are probably happening to some extent in baseball. We're just valuing different things, but the process has become the same. So anything you see going on in the markets, the things that you mentioned, are going to happen in baseball, in my opinion, because you've got the same guys who, say, 25 years ago would have been running quantitative hedge funds on Wall Street are now running baseball teams. So again, you're going to see the process, and you mentioned artificial intelligence, absolutely, will be a part of, not just our business, but a lot of business. But I think that baseball's pretty cutting edge when it comes to implementing things. And we've always looked to the financial markets as an inspiration. We figured they had one goal in mind, to make as much money as they possibly could without emotion. And it seemed like that was a good way to run a baseball team, similar to Warren Buffett.
Yeah, right. How do you see AI changing, though? You've mentioned health tech, but then there's also some new technologies, whether it's Rapsodo or TrackMan, for tracking pitching, but to actually take that vast treasure trove of data that everybody has and then getting that little extra to put you over the top.
Well, that's it. Everyone's looking for that extra edge. I think the biggest opportunity for change is using, you mentioned health. Teams that stay the healthiest are usually the ones that have the most success. And the one area we haven't really gotten our arms around in terms of analytics is health. And a lot of it is because we don't have full access to all the data because of certainly you can understand why from privacy concerns. But I do think the ability to sort of minimize an athlete's time on the disabled list or being preventative, I think that will come through data. And again, but with us, a lot of guys, when we sign a player 17, 18, 21 years old, we don't have maybe access to the first 17 years of the life, which may be very important to future health.
You got a blockchain guru on staff?
Not yet, but I wouldn't tell you if we did.